probably have to be taken out. You probably have to take them out. But battlefield, you have to just get it stitched up and stop the bleeding. And stick the prickly pear on it so it won't swell up.
The inside, not the
Yeah, the inside.
That's kind of like your aloe vera.
You want to go interview someone else? No. Let's set it up.
No,
They're
they're all over Texas.
Yeah, go down the road, you see the bushes sticking up everywhere, and you see the pretty pear.
This was in a ditch next to my house. I went over and chopped it up.
This is lovely.
Oh, cactus.
Did you have an accent?
And lechuguilla is fairly common too. I mean, it's a normal plant that you find growing out and about.
All my friends who are diabetic, something I tell them to start trying.
It's an interesting thought. I mean, you can buy it in the grocery store.
You can probably juice with this, and I think that would probably give them the most effect for cooking it and all that. Just raw with your other, just a little piece, like, you know, put ginger and you put
Okay, so what do you use to string for?
So, yeah. So the different paints, stitches. Mix it up, ginger, a little bit of this.
So would you make the cactus?
I actually made it from this. This is a form of yucca called lechuguilla. And they've been using this for thousands of years. The people in the Trans-Pecos, which is down in Big Bend, lived in caves down there a long, long time ago, thousands of years ago, and they found evidence of lechuguilla cordage in the caves down there. They would take a bone knife and they'd scrape the lechuguilla, and you can see it's got fibers on the inside of it. They'd use the fibers to make cord and string and hammocks and nets and things like that. But what this illustrates is how they used it to sew, because you would take the very end of the lechuguilla tip after you scraped it down and you cut it off and then pull the string down one side. So this ends up being a needle that's already threaded. You have to start out right here. And you can use it to stitch up wounds. So on a battlefield, there's going to be wounds from sabers and knives and things. You can stitch things up. We made more cordage so we can tie it to the end, so we just keep using the same needle over and over again, and you close the wounds up at that point. So it's really kind of a useful plant. The other plant over here is prickly pear, and one of the things you can use it for is that you can open it up and turn it into a fillet, so that you see this inside, and it has a chemical in it called a mucosal-polysaccharide, and what it does is it pulls liquid. It wants water. So if you slice this and put it on a wound that could start to swell, it will reduce the swelling by pulling the additional water out of it that will make the swelling go down.
Interesting.
Prickly pear is also used to feed livestock, cows and livestock in times of drought. You take something called a pear burner and you burn the spines off of it, and then the cows can eat it. Back in the middle 1800s, the British Navy discovered prickly pear, or as it was known then, nopal. They had sailors that suffered from a disease called scurvy, which makes your teeth fall out.
And it's from a lack of vitamin C.
It is. It's from a lack of vitamin C, which you can get in green plants. And what happens is that they couldn't find a lot of limes. They went out looking for limes. In fact, British sailors are called limeys, or were called limeys, because they were always looking for limes, but they found nopal. And nopal can be easily stored aboard ship, and it lasts a long time with its vitamin value. And they stored it and took it and ate it aboard ship, and it reduced the incidence of scurvy. We eat it today in something called nopalitas. You can scramble it in eggs, make it in stew, make it into a salsa. And it tastes green. It tastes like really, really green beans. But you can feel righteous about eating it, because there's 20 years of clinical trials that tell us that it is a blood sugar regulator for those people who suffer from adult onset type 2 diabetes. It doesn't lower your blood sugar, it just regulates it. So it's good for you, it's green, your teeth won't fall out, and it's the state plant of Texas. So there it is, the humble prickly pear.
Why is it called prickly pear? Does it produce fruit?
It does. It produces tuna, which are little, they're pear-shaped pads. These pads that we're looking at right here are actually the stems. The little pieces that are coming out here are going to be the thorns, but those are really the leaves. So these are stems, those are leaves, even though they don't look like it. In addition to that, they make a fruit on them that's called a prickly pear. It's in Spanish it's called a tuna. It's high in vitamin C. You can make jelly out of it, you can make sauces out of it, or you can make prickly pear margaritas. So there.
Sounds interesting.